Hi there, my name is Celia Beck, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this video is actually supposed to go out on Friday. I was like, oh, I'm excited for Friday. Yeah, Mandalorian came out, and I watched it straight away. I was really genuinely excited to watch it. And listen, spoiler alert. I liked it. The review is going to be a positive one. I haven't listened to anybody else's review yet, but I'm Jewish and Orthodox Jewish, and the Sabbath comes in really early now. The clocks have changed, so the Sabbath started about 4:30. So not a chance. And so I left my video for Friday. The other video I was going to post on Friday. I tweeted about it, and I forgot to set it to public. I was still set to private. I was like, why did it get such few views? And I was like, it's all set to unlisted. Duh. So I've just set it to public now. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to post this tonight. I have another video lined up that I'm going to post tonight anyway. So this is going out on Sunday. I hope you're not sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for my review, because I am tired in it. I do apologize. And so yes, we're talking about the Mandalorian season 2, episode 1. What's it called again? The Marshal. Good episode of a good series. Hopefully it'll be a good season. We're going to be getting into it, but before we get into it, before we talk about it in detail, some detail anyway, I can ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That would be fan-dabby double dozy. If you can hit the share button. More than fan-dabby double dozy. That will be Zarjazz. To hit the share button, but the button that really makes me cavell. Okay, I'm giving it a bit of Jewy language here. Cavell. That would be the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. That will make me insanely, ridiculously, pathetically happy. Now, what happens if you hit the subscribe button? Many things. There are, angels weep. Men sing. Choirs come together and form over, and sing ballads of your greatness. That's what happens. Of course, not to everybody, but that should happen. I reckon that'll happen to you. Also, you get to enter my weekly competitions, although this one went for 2 weeks because I forgot to give it away last week. That's basically the reason why. The prize is Robots of Death, an absolutely fantastic Tom Baker story from 1976 with a terrible cover. You've seen my videos, I think this cover is awful. It's absolutely awful. Can't stand it. That's why you get this fan cover as well. Much better fan cover. Oh, so I should never show you the back. The back's also pretty good too. Fine. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag #TaronCompel. This is gotta be given away tonight. I'm gonna be in the TARDIS zone. We're doing a watch along. I think of Return the Jedi. I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, I'm always excited to get together with friends, have a bit of a chat. That's always a nice thing to happen. Fine. So let's talk about Mandalorian season 2, episode 1. The Marshal. Now, I'm watching it's coming out roughly the same time as Star Trek Discovery, and I just think they are the mirror image of each other. Mandalorian is clearly what Discovery wants to be, but it also wants to have this crazy, horrible, hateful outlook of the universe. They hate everybody that's a white man. There's such a deep lack of understanding of the source material for Star Trek Discovery, and that's when they also all of Kurtzman Trek. That's why when they put in the member bearers, it just feels I don't like it. This is stacked full with member bearers, and each one of them is freaking fantastic, freaking awesome, because you can just tell the absolute love that bleeds through the script, bleeds through the director. So yeah, Jon Favreau wrote and directed this episode, and they had a very, very member bearer episode last year. It was Filoni's episode. That was that balance off. This is, for me, just hit the sweet spot perfectly. I'm really happy to see all these things that are just spark the memory. There's lots of them there. Fine. So first we have the recap of the previous season. Again, they do this every time I watch anything with this. I'm thinking of Discovery. When they do the recap of season 2 of Discovery, I'm like, oh god, it was so bad. Do the recap of Mandalorian. Like, yes, I can't wait. Oh, a bit of Star Wars Western, love it all. So yeah, so it had the exact opposite, and I can't wait to see more of what's his name, Gustav Fring, whatever his name is, and the Black Saber, the Dark Saber, what they called again. Just remember from the Clone Wars. Again, that was a Jon Favreau invention. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that. So Mada's mission is to reunite Baby Yoda with his own kind, right? With his race of this group of wizards called Jedi. So he has no idea how to do it. I would have thought, really, you can't just go to Coruscant? I mean, how long ago was Order 77, right? It's been, what, 20 years? I guess Luke Skywalker was Order 66, not 77. Yeah, Luke Skywalker was born right around then, say he was, by Jedi, what, 25 or so? It hasn't been that long. Surely. It's reasonably wide knowledge that there used to be, the Jedi was centered on Coruscant, or like that. I would go there and say, anybody heard any Jedi's got Baby Yoda? Anybody want him? Yeah, no. That's what I would do, right? I would go to the rebellion, maybe. You got any Jedi's? Yeah, Luke Skywalker. Anybody knocking about? Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, here's a Baby Yoda. Maybe you want him. I don't know, something along those lines. But no, he does what he does, which is fine because I just love going on any mission with Mando. That rumor that he quit, that was in when filming season 3, wasn't it? Not season 2. But I'm watching this with that rumor in the back of my head going, you're pretty replaceable. To tell you, you're pretty replaceable. I mean, listen, it's not like you can't just get somebody on the street. You need to get, an actor who's got some kind of body, knowledge, of how he moves, but pretty replaceable, as I was thinking. But I'm pretty sure this is him, certainly the whole way through the episode. Fine. So we open up, we're in this bad neighborhood in the Star Wars universe. And I just love the authenticity that they show the Star Wars universe, so you knew areas in the Star Wars universe. So in this bad neighborhood, there's so much detail. There's all this graffiti, which is Star Wars universe specific, and it's just great. It's just great. I love it all. And Mando's going and looking for this seedy underworld figure, who's played by somebody relatively famous. I can't remember who it was. I should have looked up the Wikipedia or the IMDb before I started this. And he's going to this underworld fighting club, which has a couple of these. What they call it? Gamorrean guards. I had the action figure. Although these are much more fit Gamorrean guards than the ones from Jedi. These ones are much more svelte. See, you're getting all these Jewish words up to you. Svelte means a bit thin. They're the ones that they're fighting with these giant big battle axes. Again from Jedi, but the battle axes apparently have blaster and shields built into them, which cool, fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with all that. And again, I'm seeing these member bearers and going, these member bearers work because the person doing them likes them. They're not just going, maybe we should just put Picard or Riser or whatever in here. It's somebody actually understands them and puts them in context. And I don't think you can do that if you don't know and understand the universe that you're working in, which, it normally happens if it's a universe that you absolutely love. So anyway, you got the Gamorrean Guard battle axe fight, which is kind of cool, like this back A fight. Mando's there to get information on where to find more Mandalorians, again, because he's... because he wants to find Yoda's people, Baby Yoda's people. And it's, again, dude, why don't you just try Coruscant, try the director. Surely the Jedi Temple they might have burnt it down. It seemed like it was still there. But anyway, fine. So he's there to find his contact, this seedy underworld guy. It turns out it's all a trap. They just want his Beskar still, that very expensive Beskar still. And it's really cool because Baby Yoda knows what's going to go down. He presses his little button in his little floaty crib thing and goes down, and Mando kicks him away. It's a great fight, great action, as he obviously takes down everyone because he's a Mandalorian. He's just a freaking manly superhero, which again, I contest this very, very often, that Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who, and most of these type of things, when you make them for 8-year-old boys, when 8-year-old boys go, that's freaking awesome, you make good versions of them. You make very good versions of them, which is what I contend this is. So anyway, they try to get the jump on him, and he takes them out. The bad guy runs away. This is all so traditionally sort of Western, like man with no name. Mando grabs him with his rope thing from his wrist and hangs him up from the lamppost. And he said, "I'll tell you, but don't kill me." And when Mando says, "I promise you won't die from my hands," that guy is about to die. That guy is very, very soon about to die, and that's exactly what happens. But not before. He tells Mando, "There's another Mandalorian. There's another Mandalorian over on Tatooine. You're going back to Tatooine again." When I heard that, I was like, Back to Tatooine again. That episode of Tatooine wasn't great. But then I thought, oh, wait a minute, they must be talking about Boba Fett. They're talking about Boba Fett. Yes, I'm in. I heard Boba Fett's coming in this season, so I'm like, yeah, cool. And then finally, we have the titles. Great. And this is a longer episode than normal. I think, yeah, I kind of like the 30-minute-ish runtime that they gave season 1, mostly. But they gave their first episode longer. You know, again, I don't really care about the runtime. I just think I like that they just tell the story and however long it takes to tell the story. Although, you know, honestly, most of these episodes could be filled out to be a 2-hour movie. And a very good, enjoyable 2-hour movie at that. This episode included. So we're back on Tatooine. We're in like the dock and repair yard place from season 1 with the woman there, and it's not long before Mando is on a speeder bike going across the Dune Sea on his way to find where Boba Fett is supposed to be. It's Moss. I don't know these moss places, but this teeny tiny one in the middle of nowhere. It's a mining colony, and no one's there. No one's there at all. And Mando shows up. He's in the bar again. No, it's a small town, and the marshal shows up. And he's wearing Boba Fett's armor, and you can tell from the first glance that is not Boba Fett. That is totally not Boba Fett. But that's made quite obvious. You know, pretty darn quickly, because he takes his helmet off and sits down, and it's what's his name? Timothy Oliphant, right? It's like very obviously Timothy Oliphant. And, you know, he seems like a reasonable, decent guy, but Mando doesn't like that he has a Mandalorian armor. Mando is not happy about that. He's like, I'm going to take the armor off you. Looks like it's going to kick off into a fight. Again, anything an 8-year-old boy would like, a sci-fi western like this, it just works incredibly. It really does. And I just found, you know, the counterbalance between this and every other piece of genre entertainment in the last few years, or classic genre, it's breathtaking how enjoyable this is. And I don't know if this is more enjoyable just because everything else is so awful, or because this is genuinely good. But I don't care. I'm happy to take this like 51-minute scrap of like, you know, good Star Wars any day in this sea of terrible entertainment. So it looks like they're going, you know, you're going to have like the gunfight. Yeah, it's a whole like, you know, Western thing, but then the real plot starts to happen. It kicks off when the place starts to shake. The place starts to shake, and the town is kind of attacked by this massive underground beast thing. Yeah, this is when. After Timothy Oliphant says he got the armor from a bunch of Jawas, and I'm wondering, is it the same Jawas that sold C-3PO? They kind of look like it when you see him a little bit later. But anyway, so we get the real plot of the episode. It's a massive crate dragon is terrorizing this teeny tiny little mining colony. Now, crate dragon, if you don't know. Again, one of the member bearers, but just worked so freaking well. It just worked so well. Was that giant skeleton that C-3PO walks past in Star Wars? You know, that was a crate dragon. I don't think they've been seen in a Star Wars movie since, or on screen. I think they're in video games in the EU. But you know, listen, the EU is just fertile ground right now for the Mandalorian. I don't know how much more of a Mandalorian universe we're going to get. I mean, as far as I can tell, that power battle between Kathleen Kennedy is still there. It blows my mind. But yeah, this just, again, so far, so good. I'm loving it. It's one of the only things I didn't like about season 1. I was like clenching before to see it going like totally woke and obnoxious. But you know, thank God it didn't. So I'm like much more relaxed this year as well. Fine. So yeah. Got there's this like giant crate dragon basically, you know, harassing the town. I think that's what, like harassing this little town, and it looks fantastic. Like normally I'm not really on board for these massive budget TV shows. You know, normally a massive budget is used to cover up a a very empty plot or very again Star Trek Discovery. This is the show to compare to Star Trek Discovery. It's the absolute opposite, right? The absolute opposite of it. But yeah, this one I'm really loving this the huge budget and production values. So yeah, the Marshal. So then we get a little bit of the Marshal's backstory. We see which again stuff I just freaking love. We see what happened in the rest of the universe when the Death Star blew up. So they're watching the Death Star blow up on like some 3D vid, and everyone's like, yeah! And all of a sudden it's like, there's a power vacuum and bad guys turn up and kill everyone. Now I have to tell you, when bad guys turn up in westerns and shoot everybody in a town, why? Why'd they do that? It's you would have thought you want people to work for you. Otherwise, it just seems like you're killing a bunch of people. I think take one out and kill him too, but like just mowing down people doesn't really make so much sense. So that's basically what happens. He escapes. He walks into the desert. He's about to die. He's found by the Jawas. Now the Jawas, I get a whole new vibe of them because they're very nice. These Jawas, they save his life. They save his life. He goes off walking the desert, stealing some stuff from these bad guys. It's another one of those ice cream makers things. There was what was it? I think in Empire Strikes Back, there was a guy walking around with I think it was an ice cream maker, right? I think it was an ice cream maker. People were like, well, what the hell is that? And then in the first season of Mandalorian, it was answered it was where you keep your Beskar still or whatever. It's like a portable safe. So you makes it off one of those. It's full of these very, very valuable crystals. So the Jawas, instead of waiting for him to die or killing him, they take the crystals. They make a deal with him and they swap him the Boba Fett's armor, the Mandalorian armor for it, along with like some water. And so again, it's a whole new much more what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but yeah, much nicer view of Jawas than we had before. So he goes back to town, and now he's got the Mandalorian still. They can't. He can take them all out. And he becomes the Marshal. Shortly thereafter. So now, so the name's Cobb, right? The character's name is Cobb. I keep calling him Timothy Oliphant. So now, Mando and Cobb head off to track this crate dragon. They get to a ravine, which looks kind of similar to a ravine they were in last year as well. I wonder where they shoot all this stuff. It all looks freaking fantastic. And they're accosted by these animals who are like the pets of sand people. And so then we get a whole bunch of really cool sand people action. And the sand people who are at loggerheads with the miners, they have to work together to take down this massive crate dragon that's killing them all. That's attacking them all. And I'm thinking, so they have this uneasy alliance and they go out to stalk it. And I'm really thinking, what a great 2-hour movie this would have been, right? And I can't think that about most episodes of Mandalorian. What a great 2-hour movie this would have been. They could just be knocking these things out. They don't have to be huge budgets either. But this would have just been a great in-universe. But again, great episodes nonetheless. So they're working together. It's an uneasy alliance. It's all these tropes that I love. It's all these tropes that I absolutely adore. And then, basically, by the time we get to the end of it, we get the little bit of the posse heading out together. The sand people and the miners, and they don't really trust each other, and they're going out together. You have them sitting around by a campfire until they finally get to the crate. Oh yeah, I forgot we got banthas. We have tons of banthas on this. We have Mando riding a bantha with a bantha used as bait for the crate dragon. Tons of bantha action again. Member bearers that just work organically and perfectly because I think they understand. I think Favreau clearly understands what they are, and how much of the emotional resonance just seeing them is. So again, it's just freaking awesome. It is just absolutely freaking awesome. For the last 20 minutes, we actually get the story. We get them taking on the crate dragon. They make a trap for it. Of course, doesn't work. Mando steps in, saves the day, and it's basically everything that you would expect. Ends up with Mando, walking off with Boba Fett's armor. The deal was that if he gets rid of the dragon, he can have the armor. Walks off the armor, flies off, and then we end up with a really kind of good cliffhanger of this strange-looking bald guy in the middle of the desert watching on, who is clearly Boba Fett, who is absolutely clearly Boba Fett. But then when I went to check out who wrote and directed this episode, it was totally spoiled. I think on the Wikipedia on the page that actor's Boba Fett. It's totally 100% spoiled. And yeah, listen, I'm on board. I have no idea how many episodes the season has, but I'm really grateful. This is totally worth $5.99 a month, which is I'm more than happy to stump up to pay for this. So there you go. The Mandalorian's back. It's a good opening, good strong opening. I hope it maintains course. I hope it doesn't, lose focus, lose balance, or go off in strange directions. My name is Fila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.